Okay, so what is up guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I want to show you how you can actually start a podcast with your iPad and about $50 or maybe even less in your bank account. The only thing you're going to have to purchase is a mic, and I'm actually also going to use this video as an opportunity to talk about the microphone that I'm using for this particular tutorial or test, which is the Yhemi USB microphone. It's this really small USB microphone that comes in this really tiny box, comes with a stand as well, as you can see, and it's really compact. It's something that you can very easily pack down. It's not as big as my phone, as you can see here. My phone is actually larger than the microphone. And you can throw this in a bag, you can throw it in your pocket, and you can pretty much set up your podcast anywhere and get it going. So in this video, let's talk about it. The God of Gods! First thing that you're going to need is your iPad, obviously, and most iPads, most Apple products pretty much, even the MacBooks, come with GarageBand pre-installed in many cases. If it's not, I'm pretty sure you can actually download that for free. And you can download the libraries and the presets and everything that you need if you actually plan to make music with this. But if you don't, the GarageBand application by itself is more than enough. Now, it has some presets that you can use to actually take down your vocals or record your podcast if that's what you want to do. But in the case of this particular video, I have pretty much turned off everything, like the compressor and the tone and everything, so that you can actually hear the sound quality of this microphone. So what you're hearing, all the audio that you're listening to in this video right now was recorded with this microphone, and this is stock audio directly from the microphone into the iPad and into your ears. I have not done any compression, I have not done any EQ, I have not done any deadening or anything like that to make the audio sound better. So what you're hearing is what you actually get. Now, obviously, talking about the things that you actually get in the box for this particular microphone, you get the microphone body itself, and you get the stand, which is what I'm using right now. I considered using a boom arm to actually just mount this microphone, but then I thought about it and I figured, it doesn't come with a boom arm, and the average person probably wouldn't have a boom arm or be willing to spend extra money buying one, especially if you're on a really tight budget and you want to start a podcast. So I decided to just run with the stand that it came with by itself. And if this is an uncomfortable position for you, you could very easily just prop it up with the box that the microphone comes in to give it like a better, position or positioning for the capsule to your mouth so that you can get better quality audio. But for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to use the microphone as it is. Now, it's a good thing that the stand is actually adjustable. You can bend it forward, you can bend it back, you can twist it, you can turn it, you can even hold it if that's what you prefer to do. And you get really high quality audio that way, which is pretty impressive. Now, for what you actually get in the box for this microphone, like I was saying, you get the microphone body, which is this part here. You get the stand, you get a USB cable. Now, the USB cable that comes in the box is a USB-C to USB-A. I didn't want to use a dongle with my iPad. I could have just taken the dongle with my MacBook and used that here, but I didn't want to go through all that stress. So I basically just used my own cable, which is a USB-C to USB-C. Most people probably have these cables lying around. I mean, your iPad comes with one. Your Android phones pretty much always come with one these days, so they're not very difficult cables to find around the house. Yeah, aside that, obviously you're going to get a manual for the information and everything there is to know about this microphone, which is what I'm about to talk about now. Now, this microphone itself currently costs about $50 on Amazon, but at the time I'm recording this video, I did go and check the price, and I noticed that there is a sale. So you can actually get this for like a 15% off coupon, which brings the price to right under $44, which is actually pretty amazing for a microphone of this quality, right? Now, speaking about the features for this microphone, it actually has 4 pickup patterns. You have the cardioid, which is what I'm using currently, and which is what anybody who is recording a podcast would probably be using. You have the omnidirectional, which is something that you can use to capture all the audio that's going on around. So if you have multiple people at the table and you want to capture everything they're saying, that would be excellent for that. Of course, the quality of the audio is going to drop if you do that, but it's an option that you have. You have bidirectional, which is basically a figure 8 pattern. It's going to pick up from the front and from the back of the microphone. And you're going to have a stereo pickup pattern, which is going to let you be able to have like a proper stereo recording. So if you speak on the left, you hear from the left. If you speak on the right, you hear from the right. I'm going to demonstrate that a little bit later on. Now, on the front of the mic, the knob that you actually use to change your polar pattern is also a mute knob. So instead of twisting it, if you actually just push it down, it's going to mute the mic like so. So pretty much anything you say while the mic is muted is not going to be recorded, obviously. And the light on the volume/gain knob underneath that's currently blue is going to turn to red so that you can know that your microphone is not actually currently recording, which is actually fantastic. If you're a streamer and you're on a really tight budget, you can actually get away with using a microphone like this, although I wouldn't recommend it, but you know, it actually works if you don't have any other options. On the bottom of that, there is another knob, which is a more circular type of knob, which controls volume and gain. So ultimately what this does is it controls the volume of the no latency headphone output that's actually at the bottom of the device. There's a 3.5mm jack at the bottom that you can use to monitor the audio without any latency. And when you push, okay, currently it's on the gain, I believe. I think blue is the gain, which is great. So you can use that to control the pickup quality or the pickup volume of the capsule of the microphone and the signal that it's sending out when you increase or decrease it. Now, if you push this button in, it turns green. Yes, so what this does is it basically allows you to change the volume of the headphone thing underneath, right? So the headphone monitoring, you can change how much of a volume you're hearing. If you want to reduce it so you can hear all the things around you or hear yourself speak, you can do that. Or if you just want to listen to 100% of that, you can actually do that as well. There's pretty much no other knobs or buttons on this microphone, so that's pretty much all there is to know about that. Now, for build quality and design, I think the design looks really fresh, but for build quality, this is an entirely plastic product. The mic body, the stand, everything is completely plastic. So you do have to be careful that you don't drop this a few too many times and completely damage or break it, because it will be susceptible to damage. So you have to be careful with that. But that's pretty much everything there is to know about the microphone. So now let's actually test all the different pickup patterns that this microphone system has. So we're currently using cardioid, right? I'm going to switch over to the omnidirectional to pick up everything, and then we're going to see the difference in the quality of that sound. This is the omnidirectional pickup pattern for the Yhemi USB microphone, and this is the bidirectional pickup pattern, which is also known as the figure 8 pickup pattern. This is what it sounds like on the front, and this is what it sounds like on the back. That looks like it's actually clipping, so I'm just gonna put that back down right there. Moving away from that, the stereo. Now, for me to actually use the stereo, I'm going to need to switch over to a stereo input. So I might need to pause my recording real quickly, switch to stereo, and then, you know, continue the recording. So I'm gonna do that now. Okay, so this is what the stereo is supposed to sound like, right? I'm talking off to the right, and you can see that there's a difference in what you can hear and where you can hear it. And that's pretty much how that sounds. Now, in my opinion, the only really usable pickup patterns on this microphone are going to have to be the cardioid and the stereo. Anything else is pretty much unusable, and I wouldn't advise you to use. But that's pretty much it for my review of this microphone, I think. Like I said before, all the audio that you're listening to in this video was recorded with this microphone. I have no other microphone set up, and this is pretty much all that you get. And yeah, so to start the podcast, you essentially just need your GarageBand on your iPad. Open it up, click record. Buy a USB microphone from Amazon. You could choose to buy this one, which is about $44 with the coupon, or $50 without it. Or you can buy something cheaper, like a Turner TC777 or TC30, which is like $30 or $35, or maybe even cheaper these days. I'm not sure. There are so many microphones out there right now that you can buy. Just make sure that you get, or you have, a USB-C to USB-C cable, and you pick a microphone that actually has a USB-C connection. That way you have a lot of convenience and flexibility when it comes to, you know, a cable dying on you, or you needing to quickly switch cables or something if it comes with USB-A. That is, of course, if you don't have a problem if you have a problem with using dongles, I mean, if you don't have a problem with dongles, then it doesn't matter if it's USB-C to USB-C. You could probably just use the cable that comes in the box with the microphone. Anyways, that was pretty much it for this video. I hope you've learned something. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section below, and I would be happy to get back to you and answer your questions as quickly as possible. Thank you so much for watching, and I guess I will see you on another video that was shot by Kagan. Peace. The God of gods!